5, got student Golf Alpha.
I'm ready.
You have control, sir.
I have control. Plateau landing.
Hey, if you're ready, there's nothing on final, carry on.
Golf November Yankee landing up 2-1 left.
I will take you through all the how you sort of check out the GPS
Okay.
at some point. We just haven't had time today, but
Okay, so we're going to do a feet on brake departure because of the weight. Max takeoff. We're looking for 60. Feet on the brake, full power coming in. Slight wind to the right.
good.
Airspeed's rising. Temperature's pressure's green.
Oh, lucky little birdie.
Juliet, final 2 on left, full stop.
Assessing 28 degrees.
What was the fuel, Robbie, that you mentioned?
77 litres.
Yeah, left and right, please.
Just there, 11.5 left, right 9.5, 43 and 34.
Right.
Student Golf Alpha, line up 2 on left.
Altitude.
1,000 to go.
And as you can see, the CDI is coming across now because it's based upon this route that you have in to Baker, yeah?
Juliet, runway vacation.
And that should keep us clear of sea.
Absolutely.
Get rid of Stablehood.
Yeah, and your after takeoff checks, landing light and all that, yeah.
Stablehood radio Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee is now going to change frequency to fire correction south end radar 130.780. Good evening.
10780.
Bye bye. I don't know why I said good evening, but disregard that. South end radar Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee traffic service IFR.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee South end radar squawk 4575 and pass your message.
4575 Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee is a DA40 with 3 on board, 2,200 feet Lydd, correction, Stablehood to Lydd. IFR, request the traffic service.
Golf November Yankee, identified traffic service, traffic left 10 o'clock, 2 miles, northwestbound, should pass down your left hand side indicating 2,300.
Roger, remain 2,200 looking for the traffic Golf November Yankee.
Visual, no confliction.
Good, thank you.
Golf November Yankee, south end QNH 1009.
1009 and visual with that traffic Golf November Yankee.
Roger.
Marvellous. So, what's your plan for Rochester then, given the weather?
Skirt around it.
Yeah, I would say so.
So we take a track off Baker and then go direct to Salt.
Or you could sort of, you know, if we don't go into cloud, you know, we could change frequency to Rochester, go straight through the ATZ, and then go to Lydd afterwards. I'll leave it to you. So these are the in a moment, because we're approaching Baker. Next direct design track is 136. You move the bearing selector to 136, and then it'll say turn 136. There we are. Good. So you're looking at 6 degrees. No fear of ice at the moment.
and southbound radar, Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee requesting frequency change to Rochester, information now 122.259.
Golf November Yankee, squawk 7000, bye.
7,000, thank you very much, good afternoon.
Or morning. You're slowly coming back from evening, aren't you? You're now afternoon.
You know what I'm like, don't you? Rochester information, Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee request
Basic service.
Basic service.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, Rochester information, good morning. QNH 1010, pass your message.
1010, and we are looking for a basic service to cross the ATZ at 2,200 feet, Golf November Yankee.
November Yankee, I'm assuming it's Stapleford to Stapleford, 2 POB?
3 PPOB and Stapleford to Lydd and then back to Stapleford.
Roger, that's all copied, sir. Thanks for that. And report the overhead. At the moment, indeed, you're the only one on frequency. We will shortly be having the Islander taking off from Rochester. The plan at the moment is to go over to Thurrock, at the Thurrock Shopping Centre, Lakeside, do a drop, and then he'll be going back to Headcorn. But apart from that, there's nothing else known for the immediate future.
Roger, we'll report overhead and that's all copied, Golf November Yankee.
And there it is, yeah. Good-o.
And I'm on instruments. Hey, guess what? You don't need to take the plane for a wash.
Well, might get a few of the bird footprints off it.
That's overhead, isn't it? Golf November Yankee's just overhead.
November Yankee, Roger, reports leaving the frequency.
We'll report leaving the frequency, Golf November Yankee. I can't believe you almost said good afternoon as well. It's the confusing data.
Indeed. There we are.
So if this was a proper summer cold front, how would we be able to track the CBs on this with the storm scope? Their way of doing
Well,
it?
if the storm scope was working, they would just show up as either lightning strikes or cell mode, depends what you're in, but it's not working, as you can see, unfortunately. It's one of the repairs we've got to have done.
Go to them when we get to Detling, I guess.
Yes, or any time you like, really. You need to be thinking about the climb now, you know, which will be in cloud, but we'll be on a procedural service. But.
Okay. And Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee is now going to switch over to Lydd. Approach 120.705. Thanks for the service.
And November Yankee to Lydd. Good day.
To Lydd, bye bye.
Formally that should be a request, but there we are. That's all right. 20705.
120.705. Cross check.
Roger.
Lydd approach Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee procedural service.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, approach. Good morning, pass message.
Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee just past overhead Detling, south by 2 miles, 2,200 feet. IMC, IFR, and request a procedural service.
Golf November Yankee, procedural service. Grid 40, altitude 3,200 feet, QNH 1010. For the RNAV approach to runway 21, squawk 7067.
Climb in 3,200 feet, and QNH 1007 for the RNAV runway 21 left.
QNH is 1010 and the squawk is 7067.
Say the squawk again for Golf November Yankee.
The squawk is 7067 and QNH is 1010.
1010, 7067. Climb into 3,200 feet, Golf November Yankee.
There was quite a lot in his call there. He said goes direct Saudi.
Taxi Park, please go 163 at Hex.
It's very loud, yeah. He also said, I believe, cleared for the ILS approach, did you not?
RNAV.
That's what I meant to say, sorry. In which case you should have repeated that back to him.
Yep. Got a bit bumpy then.
Well, there was quite a lot in his call actually. He gave you quite a lot to do, but so we need to go to Saudi. So proc, activate, and now you'll see this is already loaded, and now we're going to Saudi. Bearing
111.
Good. So we're climbing up now, so you're in your climb, you should be doing regular temperature checks to make sure of icing.
Any higher than this would be a bit of an issue, wouldn't it?
Sorry?
Any higher than this, it might be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, so 4 degrees, we're okay at the moment. Good.
Yeah, that was a bit of a brain fart then. I was like, what?
I know.
But I'm sure after 6 months no flying IMC and they do that to you, it's a good test, isn't it?
So if you haven't repeated it back to him, you might like to say, just confirm with him, could you confirm that we're cleared for the ILS, for the RNAV approach runway 21?
Yep. And Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee, just confirm we're cleared for the RNAV approach runway 21.
Golf November Yankee, A-firm, cleared on this approach.
Okay, direct Saudi and cleared RNAV approach runway 21, Golf November Yankee.
Good, well done. Because if we're at all unsure, we should be sure, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Just correcting my heading because I got a bit.
Yeah, sure.
So we went through the front then, we got caught up with it.
Wow. Yeah.
Sort of there, isn't it? And
yeah, it's alright, wasn't it? Weak enough.
I was quite surprised to be fair, because when I was looking at the chart for a cold front, there's no CBs or towering cumulus. Nothing
It
around.
depends how strong it is, doesn't it? I bet they are around somewhere, but maybe
to the
not.
north, I think.
Yeah. So it's always best to think ahead. So what's the next thing that we're going to have to do?
Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this quickly while I'm outside of cloud. So when we get to Saudi, we are going to do 50% power just before Tumba.
Roger.
And then we want to think about our descent to 2,700 feet by Mike Delta 21F. So we got quite a bit of a ground speed, haven't we? So
yeah, like as pretty much as forecast, 140 knots or so.
So we're activated on the approach.
We are.
And I guess if you was like an IR examiner, or well you are an IMC examiner,
yeah,
check that the route's plugged in. And
absolutely,
it matches up with the chart.
Well, we check that on the ground, but yeah, that's a good idea.
It's good to check it anyway
good.
in the air, isn't it?
And we're now in terminal mode, which means we're within 30 miles.
GPS.
And you'll see, well, yeah, but that's GPS mode, but also terminal mode here.
Yep.
And you'll see that changed at some point to approach mode once we start it. And it needs to be. You need to establish that, because otherwise it means it's not really sure where it is. Well, it's nice to have a real nice bit of IMC weather, isn't it? Yeah.
Do we report Saudi or just
definitely, yeah.
Yep. I guess if it was an ILS, you'd already know, and you just report established, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not an ILS, an RNAV approach with vectors.
The next thing he might say to you is report Tumba, or he may say report on the final approach track. Either way, you just wilco it, really.
Okay. Golf November Yankees just coming overhead Saudi.
Golf November Yankee, port established on the final approach track.
Port established, final approach track, Golf November Yankee.
Okay, so there's your instruction, although it's pretty close to what we're actually doing anyway. You can't see that very well from here, Luke, but you know what we're looking at is the CDI pointer here, which is acting a little bit like VOR reacts.
Yep.
But it's actually in GPS mode, so it's telling us whether we're en route or not. The only difference is that it's now measuring miles off track rather than an angular deviation, which a VOR does.
Okay, 199.
Because we're still rattling along at 130, and this will tell you when to turn now. And if you get a rate 1 going, it should put you on the final approach track. So is your reducing power deliberate?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were established.
Roger.
Descend to 2,700.
Okay, so just report.
Golf November Yankees established on the inbound approach track.
Golf November Yankee, report 3 miles to the missed approach point.
Leaving
Report 3 miles to the most
altitude.
approach point. Golf November Yankee. Probably want to go back to 20% now, don't I?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's about right for this short descent down to
Leaving altitude.
2,700.
Slightly to the left.
About a mile and a half to the left, actually. Yeah. They worry about that because of the danger areas that you're coming up to, you know. Notice it's now changed to approach.
Yep.
If it hadn't, you would either need to sort it out or abort. Uh, 27. Need to sort out that track. It's going 4 miles off track now.
210, so we should capture it now, shall we? Why is it not coming in?
Because you got a wind
Okay.
doing that. So you're fighting the wind now. Probably about 20 degrees of drift.
There it goes. So I reckon we need to fly a heading of about 210 to come down it. 20% power.
Okay.
18%, should I say?
Leaving altitude.
1.
But notice now it's gone to the missed approach point as the next waypoint, and there's your distance. We've been asked to report at 3.
Okay. Should be 4 degrees, you say, all the way down. 95 knots.
Yep. Working pretty well at the moment, yeah?
Okay.
But is that giving you your 630? No, it's not. So maintain the 4 degrees, but less power. Initially you didn't do that, so we're probably going to be a wee bit high.
Okay.
You can work out how high we are. Distance to missed approach point 3.9, let's say 4, should be at 1950, so you're just a wee bit high. These numbers here, yeah.
Yep. About 210 or so to fly down.
Well, just keep whatever is required to keep the needle in the middle. But it looks about right, doesn't it? Yeah. Report at 3, yeah.
Golf November Yankee, 3 miles to line.
Golf November Yankee, roger, clear missed approach, report going around, surface wind 28012 knots.
Report missed approach, report going around, Golf November Yankee.
Well, this is nice, isn't it?
We're just doing the one then, going back?
Yes, we are, yeah.
Yep. So 3,200 on the way back. Was it free? We can do whatever you... Doesn't say, does it?
If you were going into the hold, it would be up to 3,200, but initially we'll go up to 2,000, shall we, and see if we can remain VMC. I doubt if we can actually, but we'll see. You're not really getting this descent rate, that's why you're going to be really high. Oh, and there's a runway ahead, look. That's nice to see, isn't it?
Horrible, isn't it? The missed approach point, what heading am I taking up? We're pressing once and it will give me
good
one.
Point. So do you remember I said it all shows suspend here?
Yep.
So we will see. But it looks like it's going to be maybe 310 or something like that, but we don't know yet until we hit until it guides us there. I'll show you. So you're waiting for suspend to come up there, which will happen in about 0.9 of a mile.
About 200 foot high, aren't I?
Well, that's right, yeah. Well, more than that actually, because we should be down at our minimum by now.
Roger. So as soon as we get suspend, obs, go around.
Correct. Well, go around to the bearing that's shown by the new waypoint, which will be Bemler. Approaching waypoint. 1 of a mile to go, so it's not too bad. You're about 250 foot high, that's it. But you could get in on that, couldn't you? You'd be happy with that if you felt like it. Look, it says suspend now, so hit the obs on the top one. And then it says Bemler, bearing
328.
Is, wait for it, yeah, 328.
Turn around?
Sir.
And Yankee going around.
November Yankee, roger.
Don't be confused, that's a desired track, this is the bearing, okay? Bearing from current position. I know it's similar, but it might not be sometimes. Desired track is just that line that's drawn on the map. Bearing is what you're actually doing.
Rate 1 turn all the way around to that heading.
Very firm. And flap when you remember it, yeah. Good.
There's a lot to take in.
There's a lot going on.
Quite enjoyable though.
Yeah. Nothing too hard, really, as long as you remember.
347 Delta Charlie for basic service. Number 307 Delta Charlie, Lydd approach. Good morning, cost message.
As long as you remember what things to look out for, like the approach, enunciation, and what have you.
To Latuke. We're currently 6 miles northwest of the Lima Yankee Delta at 2,200 feet on 1009, requesting basic service.
Want me to stay at 1,500?
7 Delta Charlie, basic
Let's stay visual, yeah.
Lima Yankee Delta, QNH 1010, squawk 7066. That's basic service.
Leaving altitude.
Stableford Radio Golf Zulu Alpha November Yankee inbound request airfield information.
November Yankee, we use runway 21 left and QNH 1010.
21 left, 1010 and we'd like a left base join for runway 21.
Left base is coming up.
20%.
Tango crossing 2810.
Right, I'm just outside the ATZ now.
Right, so there's one ahead, just turning final.
Yep, so if I stay away from him.
Well, he's way ahead, but just
Use the power, get flaps in. We're in flap 1 speed now. About 15%. Get 80 knots. And 30 degrees bank to turn final.
20 degrees.
20.
Got Charlie Charlie, set wind.
Well, because you're relatively slow, right?
Yeah.
That's the thinking.
And that wind's going to kick us as well, so start the turn now.
It's the other way around, late turn.
Late turn, you're right, sorry. Getting confused with my right turn earlier.
Radio, good afternoon, Golf, Whiskey Alpha, Mike Sierra, operator stable 28, requesting Alpha station, ready check please.
Altitude Alpha November Yankee, final runway 21 left.
Golf Charlie India, final 21 left, glide approach, and we are number 2. Golf Bravo Delta descending dead side.
Don't brake too hard this end. Good.
Delta November Yankee vacating 21. Ah, perfect. Did I kick it too early or too late?
Sorted. I don't think it was about the rudder, actually.
What was it?
I think you were just flaring a little bit high, and you know, and then it was a bit sort of, you know, trying to keep it, keep it in the middle of the runway with a bit of aileron as well as rudder. I didn't notice the rudder particularly.
The rudder was okay, it was just too much aileron.
Well,
Downwards to land.
it seemed like you were searching for the runway in a higher flare, you know, as it were, and you know, and then when you did eventually come down, you did have a sideways force, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I guess that does mean that actually, when you finally came down, the rudder was incorrect, yeah.
I did feel it didn't feel that good, but the landing was okay. Sort of corrected it. I'm good at correcting it, but I want to get it in the right position in the first.
Well, it was the sideways force that was the comment about the landing. I mean, so as it touched down, you know, it was a kind of, it was moving to the left, and you needed right rudder at that point.